what's happening, guys? Give me a wee second. I'm just amending my sheet. There we go. Right, let's get to training. So, benching, squatting, and lateral raising. But the difference is, I get a rest day tomorrow, so that's much fucking better. For the last 2 weeks of my training, I'd literally been just doing 4 days back to back. Yeah, I didn't really have much of a rest period, so my body was fucking battered a bit. There we go. Knee sleeves, belt, wraps, wrist wraps, not knee wraps. There we go. Right, and we're just going to start warming up into 82.5. As I say, we've not actually, in the past 6 weeks, not changed the weights, the pyramid weights, because I'm not there just yet. I feel I'm getting there, but I feel like it'd be nice we change up to do 1 week pyramid and 1 week the actual main bit. I'll do 40, I'll do 65, and then we'll just ramp into it. Yeah, so I'll have my Rice Krispies just now. Mustache is actually good. There we go. So I weighed myself today, so I'm 77.6. I say my weight fluctuates, so I'm not the lightest I've been. The lowest I've gotten to is 77.2, but it is the 7th of January. I've still got, I think I said 13 odd days. Yeah, I've got another, to the 20th of January to get myself right down and be at least below 77, closer to 76. Right, let's go. Oh, what's happening? Aye, we're getting close to the same weight, that is it. I'm slowly getting down there. Slowly. Oh. Cool. Oh man. Starting. I'm annoyed at myself today. I woke up at 10 specifically to get up earlier, do more housework, maybe shave the beard, tidy up the moustache and that. But then yet again I've just fucking lounged about, just sat thinking and just been lazy. It's fucking frustrated me. No, this is only aye. So I'm building myself up to 102.5 kilos for a double hopefully. So I'm working my way up. Not there yet. So now, did 10. I'm going to be doing 8, 87, and you know, it says in the spreadsheet anyway. You see exactly what I'm doing. I like overhead press and tricep extensions or French presses. I haven't done overhead press in a while. I think my big heaviest overhead press was either 80 or 77.5 kilos. Strict, not push. And then I do like tricep extensions, but right now I feel skull crushers. I quite like doing them just now. I quite like doing the GM pressing. I quite like doing that. That was quite good as well. French presses, I'm not too sure of them. What's a French press? No, that's exercise. I'm not looking at coffee. Oh, it's just like with the EZ bar tricep extension. Oh, turn that shit down. Oh, aye. See, I wouldn't even call that a thing. I just call that a tricep extension. Yeah, I make every exercise just simplified down. I goes. Aye. Like for me, for triceps anyway, anything that involves the joint not moving like that and moving like this, that's an extension. Anything that causes the joint to compress is a press. So if I'm doing, for example, skull crushers, I just call that a tricep extension. If I'm doing a GM press, it's a press. If I'm doing behind the neck, as I say, if I'm just bringing it right back without moving the joint, extension. If I'm collapsing the joint down, it's a press. But as I say, it's the same with kind of biceps. You can either curl and not move the joint, or you pull the joint up like a row. You pull. That works the biceps as well. When you do rows, it's kind of the opposite of a tricep moving. You're bringing everything close towards the joint. It's working multiple muscle groups and stuff like that as well. What time is it? Right. I've got time. I have time. I got 8. I do shoulder with a part grip instead of close grip overhead, so it's just a straight barbell. See, that's just that's good for some people just have different joint mechanics. Like for me, for example, if I'm to go kind of straight, I'll do it in this camera better. If I have to go kind of straight, like my elbows kind of come in, it makes it very awkward for me to do this. Like, so I can do it like this. If I bring my arms further up, my joint doesn't allow me to have my arm in a straight position. So I'm normally tricep close gripping. I mean, you're not odd because I also do pull-ups on deadlift, and it's not an odd thing because I always do pull-ups at the end of it, because see when you're doing a lot of deadlifting, you're compressing, and then with pull-ups, you're lengthening your spine. So pull-ups is a good way to kind of get a bit of decompression from doing a lot of compression like exercises. Same, you technically could do it after squats as well. Double pull. Oh, goodness. I need to bring up this. So, I did 8 there. We'll rest a reasonable amount of time. I want to try and get everything green. Sorry. I do push pull legs as legs push double pull. Most can't squat and deadlift. So I get that, but technically, people say they can't squat and deadlift in the same week. You can, you just need to be smart about it. So see if you're going to be doing super heavy squats one week, see that week, you're probably not going to be doing super heavy deadlifts. And then the week after that, if you're doing heavy squats again, and if you want doing heavy, you'll burn out. So you need to be smart with it. Like I can do a lot more heavier squatting than I can deadlifting. So I tend to deadlift heavy once a week, light the following week, heavy the week after that. And that gives me enough time of rest in between from week to week, but I'm still getting a bit of stimulus as deadlifting. As with squatting, I can squat quite heavy for several weeks building up, then take a deload and go again. And also I could always vary in doing lighter sessions like today. I'm squatting today, but I am doing a lighter squat. So I'm squatting heavy week to week, but not session to session. Right, we're going for 6. Oh, fucking hell, this strap's loosened. Fuck. Got 5. Good push, but it wasn't good enough. I've been stuck on this wee progression for fucking ages, man. I'll stick with it for the duration of this, but I don't know. . 97. And I'm doing how many sets this week? 58 sets. So I'm zoned out. I'm gonna do Zercher with a squat pad. I need the sun to come up. Or is it quite dark where you are? Right. 4:55 AM. Fuck that. It's funny because I used to wake up at that time to go to work when I worked further away. Now that was a good push. Oh, I watched that last set. That was a grind. Alright, so we're going to try and do a double. How long have we been training for? Oh, all good, millennial. Power. 44 minutes. I'll go around the 50 mark. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, Bowser. Big Bang. Burrito. How's it going, man? I'm just tired today, man. We're getting there though. We're getting there. I actually look pretty good in all black. So, we wanted to bench 102 for a double. I mean, I've done it many times in the past. I just feel like my bench form is just not where I had it. I don't know if it's because of the feet, my spinal arch, position of the bar, don't know. Just doesn't feel the same. Oh, there you go. Only one. I'm not getting two of that. Fuck. I just do not feel strong in my bench whatsoever, man. It's really frustrating. Like, I mean, it's really fucking frustrating. Like, I'm trying all these different things for my bench. I've told them I've increased the volume by quite a fair bit. Still, I'm not feeling the benefit. So that was a stupidly slow rep. So I'm just chilling just now. Going to check. Only got one rep of 102. And it moved poorly. Right. We're now benching. We're doing 90 kilos, 4 sets of 4, or 2 to 4. So as long as I get in that wee zone, I'm happy. And the only good thing, it allows me to practice a wee bit more of the bench. I think my biggest issue is my foot positioning. I just need to find where my feet are best planted. I mean, that went fine. Don't know. I was on it. Right, let's go again. Sorry, I'm getting lethargic. That was like 0 foot pressure there. So I need to figure it out, man. Sorry, I'm zoning out. What are some reliable signs you need to deload? Well, the biggest one is just being not able to recover from workout to workout. If you've been training for several weeks, increasing volume, intensity, and etc., and you get to a point where you're not able to fully recover from workout to workout, then that's a sign of deloading. If you start to fail lifts that you should normally be getting, that's a possible sign of deloading. And if you feel like you're starting to maybe accrue some injuries, that can be a sign of deloading. So, depending on how intense and what your programming structure is like, it's ideal you should deload fairly regularly, not insane amounts, but fairly regularly. Or if you're not, I feel generally tired. So there's a difference from just being tired from a workout and having like your nervous system feeling fried and fatigued. So right now I'm tired. I'm yawning. I feel sleepy, but I'm still gonna hit most of my lifts. No. There's generally no harm if you think you need to deload, and the best way to deload is volume. Is basically see what you're doing, cut it right down and then bring it back up. So I tend, when I'm doing deloads, I'll do 3 to 4 weeks on and 1 week off. But you can go longer and you can go shorter. I wouldn't go any shorter than doing 3 weeks on, 1 week off. That's like a kind of ideal deload to it. Then, as I say, depending on your progressional length and your intensity length, like styles and that, I wouldn't go longer than like 12 weeks without a deload. Yeah, so you've been training 11. So your ads have been training 11 weeks now. Wait, so my question is this you just started training for the first time ever, or is this your programming? You're actually into your. Give me some backstory, like, as a age, lifting experience, what level you at in your lifting. So you've been lifting for a few years, so yeah, you've passed all your noob gains and all that sort of stuff. I would probably say you're probably due a deload. And my question next is to you is, do you know how to deload? So you've got a bigger bench than me, and pounds I'm not great with pounds. Deadlift, I think I've got a wee bit more of a deadlift than you. I'm not too sure. But we're equal in deadlift. See, it shows I've got a weak bench. 200. So I'm 217. Yeah, cool. So you're pretty experienced then. You've got a much better bench than me. My bench is only around 115. I used to just take them. So you can do that, but the way I deload is, I'll tell you, give me a wee second, I've got it written down in my programming. Give me a wee second. 4 close. So the way that I deload is, see if I can get it up. So you can maybe see some of this. Aye. So deloading the first half of the week. So I train 4 times a week. So see, for the first 2 workouts, I reduce all the load to week 1 load. So you've been training for 12 weeks. See, from your week 1, you make all your weights your week 1 load. And then see all the sets and reps that you've done. So all the sets and reps, you cut it by half. So let's just say week 1 you are benching 100 kilos for 4 sets in, we'll say, 6 reps. Your deload would be 50 kilos, 2 sets, 3 reps. And then you do that for the first, whatever your 2 first workouts are for the first half of the week, you do that. The second half of the week, you essentially reduce all loads the exact same, but by 50% of week 1. So you go even lighter. So as I say, first half of the week, if it's 100 kilos, you keep it at 100 kilos your week 1, then it's the sets and the reps. But the second half, it'd be the 100 kilos, you'd half that, so it'd be 50, and then sets and reps, exact same, you cut them in half. And see, because it's such a low volume, if you work out 4 times a week like myself, so Monday, Tuesday, you do them as normal, and see where you do your Thursday and Friday workout, you combine them both together, and you do it on a Thursday. And you'll get through it very quickly, and you've got 3 days off. So you're still getting a little bit of stimulus, but nowhere near compared to what your volume would has been. I used to do that too, but I felt like just like going through the motion. Absolutely, that week you're not essentially increasing muscle. You're not. You're essentially just giving yourself a wee bit of stimulus. That is it. It's going through the motion, it's just stimulating, that is it. But total rest is very good. Total rest is good for central nervous system. And being honest, see, just doing a week off of doing nothing, good for deloading as well, but you're better off just doing a little bit of something, in my feeling. See, if you're doing nothing, that only really benefits if you take like 2 weeks to a month off training to really reset all your centers, your CNS and all that sort of stuff. I'm quite behind my progression plan and started cutting in March. Before that, I want to cover as much ground as possible. Unfortunately, progress isn't really a catch-up game, it's just a continuous grind. So as much as you think, oh, I'll make up for it and try and catch up quicker, that might not necessarily be the case, my man. So I had a works night out, and I, let's just say, had far too much to drink and did far too much dancing, and that absolutely wrecked my body. And I did the whole catch-up game, and has it benefited me? I don't know. Was I fucking knackered? Absolutely. Right. We'll get this last set. Yeah, well, for me it was December. You get work night outs and you just get absolutely bloated. Wasn't fun. And also, when I get drunk, I do too much dancing, and it was far too much cardio I did, and my hip this, especially my left one, was absolutely killing me. Yeah, it's a mental thing. You'll think, oh, because I'm taking it easy 1 week, I'm missing out on that progress I could make. But think about it. See, as you get, I've been training, you said you've been training for a few years. I've been training since I was 14. I've been training for 12 years. Not all strength training. I did bodybuilding, I've done calisthenics, I've done boxing, and I'm now most recently doing powerlifting. So I've gone through the motions in all sorts of ways. And when you start lifting, progression is like this. It's not even really an angle, it's just straight up progression. But as you get training longer, the progression starts to curve, and at some point the line, it looks pretty much linear, but it's a slight angle. You'll make very slow progression, very slow. And people say, oh, if I take a week off, I'm missing out. No. If anything, if you're progressing, as you say, you'll get to a point where you'll just plateau and you may even regress. So see, before you get to that plateauing and regressing point, if you're going up, you do a deload, which kind of stalls it, and you allow yourself to recover, then you progress again. And that means you're never hitting that plateauing or regressing stage. I've been too copying that. Ramp up, you're going for 12, 15, 16 weeks straight, going up, progressing. You'll do a competition or you just completely burn out and you reset. And you're starting back from fucking scratch essentially. So, no. Take it from me, deloading is good. It is something you mentally need to get used to, but it's good. It's good. Thing is, it sounds weird after all that talk of wanting to catch up progress, but I've little desire to train at the moment. It's like, mate, you get like that. Sometimes you just get a bit of a rut. You get a bit depressed. You wonder why you're doing it. It's just up. So you've got really two options, or you only got a few three options really. You just stop. That is your choice. If you decide to do that. You decide to just keep trudging through it and hopefully you'll get through that wee rut and that shit, pass through the end of the tunnel and you're back to normal. Or three, you just change it up. You just find something different. It's like, for example, like I grew up doing martial arts. I did judo, I stopped doing judo. Then I started doing taekwondo, and I did taekwondo better part of my entire teenage life, and I loved it. I had a good passion for it. I competed, I did very well, achieved the black belt and all that, and then I think I lost the passion. I saw it go from what I enjoyed to what I didn't enjoy, and as I got older, I seen how it changed. And it wasn't for the better. So I made the conscious decision to stop doing my martial arts and I took up boxing, and I loved boxing. I loved boxing for a good couple of years. I was wanting to do fights, I was wanting to get right into it, fully commit myself, and then I couldn't. One was COVID, and two was my job, and I couldn't commit the time. So this is pretty much how I got myself back into the weights, because I stopped doing weights for quite a while and purely focused on boxing. But I refound my passion for weight training. I was doing bodybuilding from the age of, like, I did martial arts through my entire life, but I was doing bodybuilding from my whole entire teenage lifespan. And of course, I kind of went from doing that, the bodybuilding style, and when I became more of an adult, that's when I was doing the boxing. And couldn't do bodybuilding while boxing, so I kind of stopped all that and mostly focused on doing more, as I say, circuit training, calisthenics, and just, as I say, boxing training. Of course, COVID happened, everything was shutting down. I couldn't box, I couldn't hang out. I managed to get a house at the time, so I started building this, getting all this sorted, and I haven't looked back. And of course, the work and stuff, I couldn't do the gym, so I couldn't do the boxing, so I started just looking to just do my weights again. And I was just training without a purpose, really. Just getting myself back in shape from what I used to do, bodybuilding style. But then I didn't enjoy doing the bodybuilding, so I went doing more of the strength route, and I was actually going to look at doing like kind of strongman sort of stuff. But then I quite soon discovered that I am not built for strongman because I'm only 5'5". So I went down the next route, powerlifting, and that's me over 2 years now, powerlifting. I compete at competitions. I've came third at Scottish championships. I've won one district competition. I've podiumed several times now as well. So I say my passion. I've set goals, and this is why I train, is for my goals. So sometimes you just need a purpose. I'm doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu currently. It's hard to combine it with weight training in terms of energy resources, like some of those have to give. At least me, because coverage. Yeah, aye. What you'll need to do is either you need to prioritise your training. See if your passion is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you put weights in the back burner. So you can't do both everything. I used to try and do everything 100%. Give your all, you can't. You'll burn out and then you'll just regress in everything. So I would say, see if you're doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and as I say, if it's anything like boxing, you'll be doing it several times a week. So if you're doing, let's just say, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu 2 to 4 times a week, I would say, depending on that. Nah, I'm currently more about. Okay, you're currently. Okay, your passion bodybuilding, right? Everyone should know how to do at least one combat sport. Gives people discipline. Makes people understand that if I hit somebody and I'm going to get hit in the face, it's not going to feel good. So it makes people always think twice about hitting somebody else. Aye. And also, everyone should know how to handle themselves. You should never need to use it, but you should always know how to. The best form of defence is always your mouth. De-escalation. And if that doesn't work, then you should always have backups. Feeling a bit stiff. Definitely, it's essential. The same as reading or doing, but absolutely. That is it. But as I say, we live in a kind of age where we kind of, I'm trying to think of ways to word this. We live in an age basically where everybody has a platform and everybody just says everything. There's a lot of misinformation. And I'm just trying to find the right wording. It's essential. I say we live in an age where people wouldn't say that's the case. Thank you for the follow as well, my guy. It's like me, I've always been brought up being competitive, doing sport, winning and losing. And I think that's a big issue with today's world, is everybody gets a participation, everybody's a winner, everybody does good. Whereas people don't learn how to lose, they don't learn how to take criticism, and they don't learn how to fail. And then people can't handle the word no. That is it. That's what I'm trying to go for. I say I've done competitions. I've won. I've lost miserably. I've won excellently. And it's just about being a good sportsman. Yes, you can be absolutely raging. You can be gutted, but you show face. You be respectful. And when you're home, you can curse the living fuck out it if you want afterwards. But it's about how you conduct yourself in the moment. Because I feel like a lot of fucking Waynes today, as the whole thing about not hanging failure, is they'll do weight training, they hear it's quite a long grind, they fail a few times and then they go to the next influencer and hop on gear because they're doing it. And then they go, yes, I'm winning. Then all of a sudden side effects happen and they expect everyone to solve their issues for them. And there's no and they think there's no repercussions, and when they do get the repercussions, it's not their fault. That's me just having a wee random rant. Don't know where I was going with it, but aye. Right, next set. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Absolutely. But you know, everyone wants to be in the fast lane. Gear is for the weak-minded, especially so many of them have a mid-physique for being in that point, absolutely. I'd say instant gratification, that's it. Accept I'm growing as a progress, absolutely. It's the whole gear thing. So, in your point there, totally agree with. There's only certain instances where I'd say gear is acceptable. One, medical deficiencies, and you are prescribed those sort of things. I'm not talking about the bullshit, oh, I'm like 40 years old now, I'm having a deficiency in testosterone, I need TRT, even though they're absolutely fine, and they just want TRT just for the sake of fucking feeling 20 again, and then they tear a fucking bicep. But if it's genuinely like the deficiencies in areas and stuff like that, totally fine. Point two, if you're a professional athlete and you're disciplined and you have to take gear, for example, strongman, every single person in strongman takes performance enhancing drugs. Those who say they don't are lying, but in strongman, do you hear MD in strongman saying they're not on anything? No, because they're all in everything. They're all in something. Because just evolutionary standpoint, 180 kilo to 200 kilo man, it's just not feasible on the amount of calories they'd have to consume without performance enhancing. It's the same with kind of bodybuilding as well. And I'm talking about the extreme levels, not natural bodybuilding, of course, extreme levels. If it's for a career path that you're choosing and you're willing to accept the risk, okay. But see if you're just an average little gym person, just want to do exercise and look like you have a mid physique to go to Ibiza and pull some lasses, or pull some guys, either or, then aye, you're a fuckwit. So aye, there's always a few points to each thing. Like if you have to take performance enhancing drugs, one for your sport discipline, fair enough. Medical issues, fair enough. But that's really the only 2 points I can say. Just doing it because you want to get big and all that, and you're willing to accept the consequences, it's just stupid. But we're all sentient, so we all make choices. Right. Done with that. What time is it? Right, I need to speed the fuck up actually, holy shit. Just looked at the time there. Oh, silly sausage. What's done? I don't even know what end this is supposed to be on. Leg. Left. I need to be going myself. Leg day and I'm procrastinating as usual. Catch you later, mate. All good. I'm guessing your name's Pork or something like that. It's all good. I'd say thank you for the follow, mate, and I'd say hopefully we can have a nice wee chat again, my man. It's been decent, my man. Go and smash your legs. Right. I don't really need to wear my sleeves, but I'm just wearing them anyway just to mitigate joint fatigue. Okay. So 4 4 4 4 green. Right, let's go again. It's nice and easy. One more set. let's go. Let's get this. Last set. Oops, let's whack the fuck at that. Nice and easy. I was quite comfortable. Twelve and a half. Let's see how many I get. Five. Okay. Right guys, that's me done. So, went alright. Cool. So that's me done. I'm gonna love yous and leave yous, and I will see yous all on Thursday.